greeting everyone. Welcome to the Force Factor podcast, where we bring every week the most amazing business owner to share the tips and the journey with us. Tonight, we have a special guest, my absolute favorite person in the entire world. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of this lady. She's totally awesome, and you will be able to see why I am so proud of her. She's absolutely amazing. So, without further ado, let me bring in Mrs. Anna Powell. Hey, Anna. So, Mrs. Powell, can you please share a little bit with us about yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Pedroso Powell. I am the managing partner of the Hyattsville Business Center. We are a co-working and event space in the heart of Hyattsville's Arts District, and we provide a home for small businesses.
You beautiful. I mean, beautiful. I love it. I love it. So, what inspired you to start the Hyattsville Business Center, like the co-working and even space?
Okay, so like most people during COVID, my entire work-life balance got uprooted. There was nowhere for me to go, but I still had to work. And then slowly, when it started opening up, I found myself not really wanting to be in the office, but it was getting cumbersome to work from home.
Mhm.
So I went searching for a co-working space for myself. And everything was just either too elusive, not filled with amenities, there was no sense of community, um, the location wasn't right, or the pricing was crazy. And I just thought to myself, there's no way that I'm the only person that feels that there's a gap in the market. Because as much as I love Starbucks, I can't go work there every day. And they don't have a printer for me. I would love to go to Staples to do it, but Staples is a store. And you can't really do your Zoom meetings, you can't really meet with clients. So I figured it's not about reinventing the wheel, it's about making a wheel in my own lane. And that is what the Hyattsville Business Center has become.
Wow. Wow. This is so beautiful. I love the way you place it. It's not like reinventing, but it's actually creating, like pro what's the word? Making more hmm,
Progressive?
progressive and practical, and
Yes.
conducive and more warm and more, realistic to
Accessible.
your needs. Yeah. I love that. So, talking about the business part, did you face any unexpected legal, regulatory, or logistical challenges in the beginning? And if you did, how did you resolve them?
Oh my goodness, did I? So we opened our doors January 23rd of 2023, but we started the business in January 2022. And we went looking for the co-working space. After we filed our initial paperwork, we signed our lease. We started working on renovations. We got the space ready to go. And then it was an 8-month process to get through PG County's
Wow.
use and occupancy permit. And then we had to go to the city of Hyattsville use business license. So it was a task that I did not anticipate taking the better part of a year.
Mm-hmm.
And without it, there was no business. It was essentially just sitting there. Um, and at that point in time, I can honestly say I started losing a little bit of faith.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and by this point, we're talking the tail end of 2022. Some offices were opening back up, bringing people back in. So at that point, I'm like, wow, what about if there's not even a market anymore? What about if nobody needs co-working anymore? So I started to, my faith began to waver a little bit, but not enough to give up. And shout out to my husband, my business partner. He told me to just keep going. We've made it this far. We're in the end zone and we're going to keep chugging along until we get there. And finally, October 2022, we secured all of our permits.
Amen.
And after that, it was a race to the finish line to do the grand opening in January. And here we are on the verge of celebrating 2 years. But
Wow.
yes, we did go through a long and daunting legal process that was unexpected.
Yeah, Anna, this is so amazing. This is why, I bring business owners on this platform, because, people need to understand that, it's a process. For you, it was a long 8 months process. You have to deal with the county, you have to deal with the city. And on the top of that, the reason why you open because of COVID and the needs of the market, like it was an open market at the time. Now, by the time you finally deal with all the paperwork, here you go, people going back to work. Now, who's gonna be the client? For your business. So you have all this fear and discouragement and everything. And of course, your husband that I call Mr. B. So Mr. Power was, very, very supportive. And this is so important to have like support when we go into all those challenges. But I have another question for you. So looking back, would you have done anything differently when starting out? Or, were any aspect that you feel like you got it actually right?
Um, I will be honest with you. As much as I want to say I would shorten that 8 month period, maybe by half, um, I have no regrets. I genuinely have no regrets. I feel I am a firm believer that I don't lose, I learn.
Mm,
So I learned so much about the county UNO process going through it myself. There we had to get an architect. So I made connections with an architect. Shout out Vin Studio. Um, and we had the renovations. I had to have a good relationship with the landlord. So going through the process was a learning lesson that I feel was necessary. Because again, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm putting my own spin on it. But I do need to know how to make that wheel.
mm,
So I take every lesson and I take them to heart. And in terms of what I think I got right, it's always been about inclusivity. HBC is a home for everyone. And that has been the mantra, still is the mantra, will continue to be the
mm.
mantra. So inviting every small business, I don't care about any um it doesn't matter the industry, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter the industry, your age, your ideas, your level in entrepreneurship, whether you're hopeful, you already started one, you closed one, you're trying again. Um, we are home for you. And I think I got that right because to this day, that's still what makes me the happiest.
Thank you so much for sharing that, so much. I love that, Hannah, because like you say, Hyattsville Business Center is home for every business. You welcome everybody. And I love it. And again, we are almost in our 2 years anniversary. So because of that, I want to ask you, what were the most critical milestone or achievement in your first year of business?
Okay, so I want to say it's all of the first type of events that we had. We had a first business launch for a business. and it was her first business.
Mm.
Shout out Diamond Rain. Um, and it knowing that I like my little piece of the planet helped someone achieve their dream
Mm.
was pretty amazing. We had a baby naming ceremony.
Oh, wow.
And I had never even heard of that. So I learned something completely new. And to know that like there's families that come in and use our space for their magical moments in their families, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. So yeah, that's my answer. Having all of the first. We had our first book signing for you.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Why They Cheat by Mona M. Fall.
Hey.
Um, knowing, and it was your birthday. A lot of people might
Yes.
not know that, but it was actually Mona's birthday. And
Yes.
to have her put her faith and trust in our small business for such a joyous occasion, which is a birthday, and such an integral part of her career, becoming an
Thank
author,
you.
it's like I'm getting like I'm at a loss for words. It meant the world that you trusted us with your small business and your journey and your birthday, and that's across the board.
Yes.
If there's one thing I can say to any of my clients, if they're listening right now, thank you for trusting and believing in us
Mm.
and knowing that we've got your back because we really do.
This is beautiful, Anna. And again, for those who are listening and not aware of it, I actually had the honor to be one of the client of the Hyattsville Business Center, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I love how you guys take over everything I needed, like from my little goodie bag, from my decoration. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, up to now, people love the picture they was able to take. I know you really connect me with great other vendors like my videographer, remember my photographer, even the decoration person. I mean, everybody did an amazing job. And this is why, of course, next year I'm coming for my next book. Again, my next book signing event. The High Speed Business Center is my family. And I was about to ask you actually what type of like, other businesses, because I want people to have an idea of the type of businesses that that can be hosted, in your event center or your co-working, so what type of businesses you have, or people, what do they really do? I have my birthday, I have my book signing, and you have people that launch their first business and stuff like that, the baby naming ceremony. But do you have like other type of businesses? Just kind of put it out there so people know that they consider business. They also welcome at the Hasby Business Center.
Yes. So we have an array of business events that we can host. Um, it's all small and intimate events on the smaller side, 44 people or less. But I actually posted this on Instagram a couple days ago. We had a baker's first cake and sit. It
Wow.
was her first time teaching a class on how to decorate a cake. And again, another first. This was her first time doing this.
Mhm.
And she had been planning it for a year. And the missing piece of the puzzle for her was the venue to host it. So to be chosen for that, it's awesome. We have networking events, we have workshops, we have classes, seminars. Um, one of them, for example, is a for women, taught by women home improvement workshop. Um, and they come in, they teach you how to lay tile, how to do wainscoting and different handy projects around the house.
Wow.
Um, we've had podcasters come in and do their podcast recordings at the space. We've had photographers do photo shoots. We've had lawyers meet with their clients. We recently had an exterminator company come in and do an educational class for their employees.
Mhm.
So, pretty much any type of gathering you can think of, 44 people or less, we got you.
That's amazing, Anna. That's so amazing. So, what do usually your client? I mean, I know what I love about hosting my event, but what's other things that clients say they love about hosting the event in your center?
They love the inclusivity of the amenities.
Mhm.
Um, as you know, we include all of your tables, all of your chairs, all of your AV equipment. There's a kitchenette with a fully stocked fridge and microwave. We offer linens if needed. I can connect you with vendors if you need someone to help you put your event together. Um, Basically, we're a one-stop shop. Oh, we offer on the business side of amenities that we offer that go with events or co-working, we offer free printing. We offer free basic office supplies. We offer free snacks and light refreshments. And the Wi-Fi is on the house. We have a whiteboard. We have a projector with 100 screen. Um, Multi-function printer. So
Mhm.
you can copy, scan, fax, whatever you need to do. So basically, I think that is what people love the most about us. It's going to be that we're a one-stop shop.
Mhm.
Once you get here, you don't need to go anywhere else.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I really, really love it. And this is basically the same thing that I love. I love even more. But now, I know we talk a lot about the event and space and everything like that. But what about what makes your space? I want to now kind of talk a little bit about the co-working space. What those clients, what make your space like unique compared to the other co-working space in the area?
So for us, co-working should be as flexible and as accessible and as affordable as possible. Um, so one thing that makes us unique is we are a pay as you go co-working space. Um, we are by appointment only, so we can make sure that everyone is comfortable and we can accommodate everyone's co-working needs. But you don't have to worry about signing a long-term contract. There's no membership dues that you have to continue to pay whether you come or not. You don't pay to use the printer. You get free printing. You need a pen, it's there, grab it. You need some whiteout highlighter, go for it. I'm a public notary, so I can notarize documents on site. I speak Spanish, so I can help you with English Spanish translations. I can help you fill out forms or translate them. Um, I mean, I can't say enough about how much we really want to help.
Yeah.
That's really our mission.
Yeah.
Whether you need a place for a day, a week, a month, or just one afternoon, we'll work with you. But we just want you to know that you don't have to go driving around town to make a copy of a paper, then get it notarized, then fax it, then mail it off. We got all that one stop shop.
I love it. I love that you say one stop shop because as you were talking, that's exactly what was in my mind. I love that the part that I love the most is when you say it's no membership, because you know how with this economy, people trying to start, with a little bit of, um, money. So it's very, helpful to be able to at least create that professional setting, for a little bit of money. Because you get this big contract, but you may not get the client that you plan to have when you start your business. You may think, well, I'm gonna rent this space, or I'm gonna just commit, with a membership for this thing, because I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to bring my client every day, or I'm gonna be able to work in a professional setting every day. But then the business reality could be different. You could set it up for now, and maybe in 8 months before you get your first client. So it's important to be able to pay as you go. And it's another thing, because I know that, I used to use Staple a lot, and also Kinkos. And I spent a
Yeah.
lot of money in coffees, a lot. Like you go with a big bill, sometimes $100, depending on what type of paper you are feeling. So that's a big plus to come to you. And like you say, have the little bit of office supplies, also will help. And definitely the part that we can make by appointment. So you can really personalize that office space, and for whatever you want to do. And you guys clearly, like you said, you just want to make your client happy. So, I am a client. And I know exactly the type of treatment I receive from you, and your partner. So is it always a pleasure. You guys have me for life. That's 100%. I'm not going anywhere. Every time I'm in DC, and I make sure I come as often as I can to use, your center, because it's amazing. I don't see me going anywhere else. It's right in the middle of the DMV, so you can really access it from Virginia, Maryland, and DC. I mean, come on. And the parking on the back, that's a gift, because I don't have to
Yes.
worry about, being doing my business and get a ticket when I get out.
Right.
so, so that I love also. It's very convenient, very special, very clean, and the little snack, you got me. You got me right there. So, I want to ask you another question about now the profit part. What is your one key decision that you made, that significantly boosts your success of the combined venue and co-working space concept?
Um, I think it's going to be carrying the all inclusiveness of the co-working into the meeting space. Because initially we were just gonna do co-working. We were just gonna do co-working. We had even rented out some private offices um for people to come in case they wanted to have private offices for the day, for the week, for the month. Um, and having everything be inclusive across the board, I think was really what sells it. I think that was the key decision. Instead of itemizing everything and making people think really hard, like, oh, well, because I think it was Warren Buffett who said it. Price is what you pay, value is what you get.
Mm,
Or something like that. It was that's part of the quote.
mhm.
Um, but it's literally just we want you to feel like it was worth coming to us. We want you to feel like you got your money's worth, like you had a team behind you. Um, and that's what really I think was the key decision that made it all work.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. You sharing pretty, very powerful, information tonight. And I hope everybody is taking note, because, you have everything that you plan, but you need to understand that sometimes you have to modify your plan in order for your business to sustain and to keep, progressing. So I would say probably my last question, because I know I bombarded you with a lot of questions today, and I so appreciate your patience with me. So I think one of my last question probably would be like in kind of two question thing. So I want to know like what keeps you going and what advice do you have for hopeful and new small business owner right now?
Honestly, what keeps me going is knowing that it's making a difference. That the dream is dreaming. Like the dream is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I set out to help small businesses,
Mhm.
and that's exactly what I've been doing. Um, we have officially served over 100 clients.
Mm,
Right, like a couple of weeks ago, we hit that 100 mark, and
that is
I'm
amazing.
so thankful. Like I am beyond blessed and thankful. And 80% of them were small businesses.
Yeah.
So the dream is dreaming, it's doing what it's supposed to do, and that's what keeps me going. In
Mm,
terms of advice for a new small business owner, um, or hopeful business owner, keep going. Take it from me, I literally almost quit maybe
mm,
like a month and a half before we got our permits. So trust me when I say keep going. Um, if you are doing something and it doesn't work, don't be afraid to fail. One of
mm,
my favorite quotes is if you're going to fail, fail fast.
mm,
And by that I mean if something's not going to work, let it not work, put it on a shelf, move on.
mm,
For me, that was investing in mediums of marketing that I got no return on.
mm,
Um, I got not one client from a specific medium of marketing that just didn't work for me.
mhm,
Um, but I wasn't mad. I took it on the chin. I was like, okay, that didn't work. The 3 month
mhm,
contract's up, on to the next one. So
mhm,
if you're gonna fail, fail fast.
mhm,
Um, know the ins and outs of your business.
mhm,
You should know how to do every single part of your business
mhm.
because you never know when you have to physically do it.
Yeah.
You never know when it's your turn to step in, um, and get your hands dirty, literally and figuratively. Um, and like I said again, just keep going. You have
Yeah.
to believe in your dream more than anybody. Um, and I will say it helps to have people in your corner. Um, like Miss Fall here, coaching. Um, I am a proud product of Mona. Um, I've not only am is she a client, she has been my really good friend for several years. Um, Gosh, almost a decade now.
Yes. I think a
And
little bit over a decade now.
yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and one thing I can say about her is I've seen her do everything she said she was going to.
Mm,
Everything she has ever set out to do, I've seen her accomplish. I'm not saying she made it happen overnight. I'm saying she made it happen. And I've seen her work for it. And she inspired me to work for it.
mm,
Um, so MF coaching and a good tribe, and you
mm,
will get to where you want to be. Oh, and my last piece of advice is if you're
mhm,
going to use social media for marketing, do not worry about who's not coming. Focus on who is.
mm,
Build your own little community. Do
mm,
not worry about the numbers. The right people will come.
mm. Anna, you got me cheering out here. My makeup is not waterproof. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the prompt. You said so many important things, and us about to close this interview. And I really, really, really want people to remember certain things that you mentioned. You know, it was a lot of investment. Some were successful, some were not. Like you say, just fell real quick, get up and keep on going. I love that. And that last piece that you add about the social media, um, that was very important because sometimes people base their business on the reaction they receive from social media. Social media is one way to, yes, promote your business, but it's a long-term process. You just, once you show consistency, you will have the result that you want. Sometimes people are so overwhelmed, and you got to understand that, we are not in control. Sometimes you may post something, but your husband or your kids may not be able to see that for another 2 3 days. So it's not because people don't necessarily want to support you or necessarily want to like your post or necessarily want to show you, you know recognition or anything of this nature. Sometimes because the concept of social media is very controlling. They want to post and show to people what they want to do at the time or whatever they're doing. So don't look at social media. Don't worry about what's not there. Don't worry about what's not supporting you. You have one like, this is a win. You got zero like, but you posted, and eventually it's gonna get somewhere. But at the end of the day, you are doing this business for yourself. You're
Right.
not really doing it for other people. So that's the most important things. And like you say, you have to know your business in and out. It's so important because you never know when you have, to put your shoes in and then and just put your gloves in and dig in and do what you have to do. And I'm glad you say that because every business that I did it, I always be hands-on on my business. You will see me, I'm the one that open and close the door. When you have a business, again, I keep telling people, you have to be your first employee. You're not the
Right.
boss. You are a leader. A leader has to be able to do it, and people can watch you and follow your lead. So you have to be able to be hands-on on your business. If you don't know it, try to know it because again, you pay for marketing and you got nothing, and then you ended up doing your own marketing, and then you get all the clients.
Right.
So, I'm sure we have a lot of example. And Anna, I want to say thank you. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of everything that you are. I know you mentioned your public notary. I know you mentioned that you a translator, but you forgot to say you're also a real estate agent.
Oh, yeah.
And you have so many skills and so many gifts, and I love how you was able to put everything together, and you're such a wonderful and sweet person, and it shows in your business. The hospitality when you walk into Hyattsville Business Center is so warm, like you automatically feel at home. I also saw that you have a proposal of one of your clients did a
Yeah.
proposal.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was amazing. I was looking at the red flower. I said, "Oh my God, I love it. I love it." So I can see, yes, it's for small businesses, but it's also for private event. Like I have my birthday and then the proposal and the baby naming ceremony. I mean, it's so many ways, and people, find that trust in you, and also, the perfect, space for that. So I want to thank you so much, for
Oh,
giving me the honor tonight to come on my podcast, and to share all your tips and nice, challenges that you was able to overcome, and the wisdom that you brought over here. And I'm gonna go with this. If you're gonna fall, fall fast. And you heard
yes.
it from Mrs. Anna Pedroso Powell. I want to say that
Yes.
really good. APP. This is my Mrs. APP.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anna. It was an absolutely pleasure, and I will stay in touch.
Thank you so much, Mama. I love you. And thank you, any and everyone watching this later, now, whenever. Thanks for joining and have a good night.
And have a good night. Thank you. Thank you.